Hey, how's everybody doing? It is 9 o'clock on the East Coast here in the US. Brenda, JDS. Good morning, good morning. AZ Drone. Hey, how you doing, AZ? No, I didn't purchase the Air 3S. I bet you did though. How are you doing with the Neos? Brenda. And here comes Joe.
So the Air 3S is on the market.
Did you buy one?
Oh, hell no.
How much is the market price going for?
$15.99 with the RC2 Flymore kit.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, Johnny bought one. Bill, the drone reviewer, bought one. Ron bought one, and Marcus bought one. I'm keeping my money.
There you go.
I don't need it. That's the thing. I'd like to have it. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. For the features on it, I'd like to upgrade from the Air 2. That's, but that means I've still got an Air 2S, and it gives me an extra drone to fly. I think it's a step. I think it's within a step of the Mavic 3.
AZ said that he ordered one and its expected arrival is October the 23rd.
Yeah, 23rd.
Yep.
Yeah, he's listing names of people texting him who's buying them. They've got like 10 other people that have texted in.
Really?
Yeah.
On the airwaves now reaching millions of households across 3 different states. The Pelicans are in Houston tonight, taking all the Rockets to their final preseason game. You can see we have a map here for you. This is second. There you go, showing how far the Pelicans broadcast will now spread over 13 markets. Now here in our Fox 8 viewing area, the Gulf Coast Network will be channel 7.1. Gray is also currently working to add the Lafayette market to that list. I know we've got questions about that. Again, you just need an antenna, and those are cheap, extremely easy to set up, and you'll be able to watch the Gulf Coast Sports Network on the streaming service. That was something we announced last week. We also got a chance to ask several Pelican players and head coach Green about the scope of this meeting. A lot more players, more offense to see us, and it's even more of a responsibility to compete, to work hard, and enjoy doing it. If you look right here on your screen, you can scan that QR code with your phone, which will help you answer questions you might have. You'll learn to this, and also go to for more information. 75 of the Pelicans regular season game will air on the Gold Coast Sports.
Mia pestered me to go outside, and it's raining like hell. And she went out there, stepped out there, looked around, came right back in again.
That's funny. It's funny.
Yep. So anyway, it's Tuesday.
Yep.
The 15th of the month.
Got a dental appointment in a couple of hours.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
We got through Columbus Day, okay.
Yep. Something to open.
I know what you want. Come on, I'll get you a cookie.
You may or may not call the doctor. A city trial conference is set for Benjamin Field. He's accused of strangling and dismembering a mother of sheep. Prosecutors say 2 years ago, police found 36-year-old.
Yeah, it's raining pretty hard out right now.
In a freezer in Field's house on his property, next to a power saw, goggles, and plastic bags. Field was pleaded not guilty to second-degree murder and other charges. This morning, residents were shocked waking up to learn a man was shot and killed last night in the St. Roch neighborhood. Police responded around 7 o'clock last night. Neighbors say the neighborhood.
Well, after this rain shower, it should be kind of halfway clear for a little bit, because there's the French cruise ship is coming downbound. Let's see, that's it. What time? What time does it clear up here?
Police also investigated a double shooting that left 2 people dead last night at White House.
About 9:45, it should be clear temporarily, according to the weather forecast radar. 10 o'clock for sure. But the cruise ship, well, it's gonna be close.
You know, things happen all over the world, and you know, mental health is very real.
We take everything very seriously here in St. Tammany. Like you said, it's not a very common occurrence. So we thoroughly investigate everything as it occurs to ensure that all our bases are covered with the investigation. Right now, the sheriff's office said there's no reason to believe anyone else.
So how long do you think your dental appointment's gonna be?
A couple of hours at least. Cause you figure they got about an hour to clean my teeth. And then about an hour to do the crown. I don't expect I'll be back for this afternoon, but
Well, nobody likes, I never liked anybody poking around in your mouth, you know?
I don't mind. She looks pretty nice. All the nurses in there, all the techs are pretty nice, and the doctor's pretty nice.
Well, good for you. At
I'll
least-
look at the pictures before I book them. I want to see who's there. I do that with doctors sometimes too. I got to go to a specialist. I go see the producer. Yeah, all 4 of them bought one just now.
Yeah, AZ said, come on, Joe, you're not that cheap. Go ahead, buy one.
You buying that shit? I don't need another drone right now. I technically don't need another drone right now.
Well, me
I need
either,
a-
you know.
I need to sell like my original Avata. You know, I may have to sell the see, the reason I don't want to sell the Air 2S is because the Air 2S works, the Air 2S Mini 3 Pro and Mavic 3 work with my RC Pro. So I got the big controller. Now you know what they got coming out? A RC Pro Plus. So they got a new controller coming out that's going to have OcuSync 4. That's going to work with the Air 3, the Air 3S, the Mavic 4s, all the 4s. But I don't want to pay another $1,200.
Yeah, but the thing of it is it's not cross-compatible backwards, is it?
No,
Why don't they make
Yes,
one that's compatible all across the board?
because they won't make any money. It's all about the money. That's why I'd rather go ahead and buy the RC2 with the control like you just bought and just live with it, you know?
Yeah.
Well, they're all ordering it over on Drone Nation.
Yeah, they spend about $5,000 just now.
Yeah.
It's $6,000. $1,500 a piece.
And they're saying that it's
Ships tomorrow.
ships tomorrow, delivery by the
23rd.
23rd, except
Yeah.
for Lon, and Lon's was put as delivery by November 20 something. So another month after, and they're all going, oh, well, that's because they know it's you then.
AZ ordered one, and he says his expected delivery is October the 23rd here.
Yeah, that's what most of them have said. But Lon's,
Yeah, they
sent
must
a
have a limit.
screenshot
Then they
and
got
he's
another
just doing
batch.
different. Billy Kyle's put a review up already. Aldrin Nastasio's put one up as well.
Yeah, you see my website. If I go right now and order, it says expected delivery the 23rd.
Yeah.
1 year carry fresh with that, it's like $1,800.
What, it's $300 for the carry fresh?
That's got the tax and all the other crap.
Oh yeah, Johnny was saying that they added $170 tax on his.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about the money.
And you see they're checking all other sites too right now, and nobody else has them except for the mothership.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's raining out. No. Lay down.
Both Barkley and Jenna both ordered one.
Boy, they are stupid over there. Bill, the drone review, which just said somebody asked if it works with the RC2 controller. The kit comes with the RC2 controller. Look at it. He says, I don't know. That's a good question. You just bought the Flymore kit with the RC2 controller.
Yeah.
Come closer. Like TJ buying it or something.
But the new drone doesn't work with the RC2, does it?
Yeah, the brand new one comes with the RC2.
Okay.
Yeah, and they were asking, does it work with the RC2? Yeah, that's what it comes with. God darn it, people.
They did just mention one advantage, which I didn't think of, with this LiDAR obstacle avoidance, is it will work at night.
Yep. You can buy now this is the deal. If you got the RC2 and you have now this is a good deal. If you have the RC2 and say you had the Air 3S, the Air 3, the batteries are the same. So you could take your Air 3 and sell it with one battery with your remote that came with it. If it's not even with the remote, you sell it, right? You can buy the drone by itself with one battery and the RC N3 old controller for $1,000.
Well,
that's not a bad deal.
The RCN3 is the new controller, but without.
Yeah, it's a new controller. It's the old type of controller. But I'm saying for $1,000, that's not a bad deal. But you're not getting extra batteries.
Yeah.
But if you keep 2 batteries from your Air 3, it gives you 3 batteries.
$1,874 with wide lenses and a 2-year carry fresh.
Yeah.
More money than I want to spend.
Yeah.
Yeah, the batteries are $159 a piece.
Yeah, and the multi-charge is probably about $60 or $70 too.
Yeah, so it's better just to buy the kit, if that's what you got to get.
AZ said that he has batteries. He's got 4 batteries for the Air 3, but the Air 3S battery is different, more juice, more powerful.
Yeah, it's got more juice, but they still fit. You get your ND filters with it too. That's the other good thing.
Mm. Said they've added a new panorama mode to it called free panorama, whatever that means.
It's I put it like this.
It states
It's
a
a good deal.
45-minute flight time.
Yep.
But you know, I don't need that because I only fly in 7 or 8 minutes at a time now.
Yep. Well, you know, the new Mavic 4 they're talking about already, the battery, 60
Yeah.
minutes. 60 minutes.
Can you imagine how much editing and shit you'd have to do with a 60 minutes worth of,
Well, I got, like I said, on my Mavic 3 right now, I got 40 something minutes. But
yeah,
I don't ever fly 40 something minutes. I might fly 20 minutes. I can do 3 flights with what I do.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I got that much time in case I get caught somewhere. And say I decide to do a little bit more and I get caught somewhere against the wind or something that gives me that extra battery power to get back. That's the reason I like it. But I'm going on 100 flights just with the Mavic 3. I'm getting close to 100 flights. So I got to start thinking about it. I wish I had Care Refresh on it. If I had Care Refresh on, I'd send it back in and get a new one.
Yeah, it's still going to cost you $100 odd to replace it though on Care Refresh, isn't it?
Yeah, but that'd be all right. You know, give me a new drone.
Yeah.
But mine's fine. I check it out every time I fly it. So, I mean, I check for anything like stress fractures, anything, and everything's fine. Now, I tell you, the Air 2S, my son was flying it one day, and we were out in the country, and Nick says, how fast does it go? And he put that thing full throttle. That sucker was standing straight up on his nose when it was going, and he's taking off, and I said, you better make sure there's no trees in front of you. Like that, and he said, I'm way above he was way above the trees. I knew it. So he's flying real fast, and it's taking off. And instead of him just going straight, he starts going sideways, back, all this stuff. I said, dude, stop before you throw propellers off that thing.
yeah.
I said,
Well, that's what I used to get a kick out of the Inspires, because when I would be going up the river, they'd be like this. The big props just a spinning, and they, 50 miles an hour up the river.
Yeah. But I told him, stop, give me that controller back. Because the way he was doing it, I was waiting for the propellers to spin right off of it. To break something. I said, you fly it fast, but don't jerk it to the sides.
Yeah.
I said, because the stress on it, you're going to put stress on that propeller, and that stress on that propeller might damage it. Then we got to go find it, But like I told you, when he flew to Avata the first time, I had to go to the car to get something for my daughter. And I told him, just keep it in the open area. Just keep it out in the open, like that. So I came back, and he said, the battery's dying. So what I do, I brought it back to him. So he landed it, right? So he knew what he was doing there. So we put the second battery in, and we're sitting in a gazebo. And he takes off, and he goes fast, makes the turn, comes back, and he's coming back like a bat out of hell. Straight there, and I'm looking at him and say, you turning? He says, no. Went right through the gazebo, right over my head. I like to pee on myself. But he said he had been practicing. He said he was all right. But he did. He flew it right in over my head, missed me by about 4 feet, but he had enough room.
Jonathan Jackson says he's been waiting for this day since the release of the Air 3S or Air 3.
Yeah, so the problem he's not going to get it at Best Buy. not at Best Buy. It's nowhere to be found right now except for the mothership. Yeah, now they're saying on the thing, if you order it November 19th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like 40, 45 days by the time you get
Yeah.
it. Probably be lucky if you get it by the end of October.
Well, it's only 34 days, but yeah.
I just know how slow everything operates, shipping.
Yeah, 1788 if you buy it with the fly more and the carrier front. That was with the RC2. See, that wouldn't be bad for me because I'd get the RC2 I could fly the Neo with.
Yep.
Yeah.
You see, that would be a no-brainer, you know? But like I said, I really don't want it right now.
Well, it gets to a point. I was at that stage not too long ago. Right now, I am right now. I'm sitting here with an extra Air 2S I've never flown. I've got the X.
But you're
the
good.
Extra.
You're good with that Air 2S. Leave it, you know?
Yep.
If that's the drone you like, and you got a good deal.
I got the Neo. It's sitting over here because the weather hasn't been up to any of that. And I've got the Autel Nano Nano Plus.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Sitting over there with I got 4 batteries for that. Well, you know why I don't like to fly that is I don't like to fly anything you got to put the phone on it.
Yeah, me either.
And I got a phone specifically designated for that. That's with it, but it just doesn't hit my hot button. I'm so used to having the regular RC controllers.
Yep. Yeah, I'm interested, but I'm not interested enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm.
Because if it was at like Crutchfield, I got a credit card out there that would give me 12 months same as cash. You know, and that means I don't have much to put out. And I'm almost paid off with them. I owe them about $300, and I pay them like $100 a month, so it wouldn't be a difference. I paid off my Adorama the other day. I paid it off on the 30th of the month, and then I got the 8th of the month. I get a bill with a $2.78 interest fee. Now I done paid the bill off. So I called them up and said, "Why do I have an interest fee after I paid you the full amount?" They said, "Oh, we're sorry," and took it off. You know, but if you're not paying attention, they'd have hooked you for $2.78.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm at the point right now where all I've been doing is all the money coming in, I'm just letting it build up. I'm not spending anything. You know, it's like the money that I made this football season, if I didn't have any other money coming in, it would cover me for the year almost. So it's like, and then I've got a lot of bills I'm paying off right now that are at the end of them that are all same as cash. So I'm about to have 1/3 the bills I have. Barkley put a comment in the chat, said that Marcus, we need to do an intervention on Marcus because every time a drone comes out, he buys one. Yeah, Marcus behind him, he's probably got about 25 drones.
Well, I get a kick out of you see those guys on the back wall behind them when they're online. They might have 15 or 20 different drones hanging on the wall.
Yeah.
Like, how do you ever, 90% of them, they must not ever fly.
Well, the only one I haven't flown in a while is the original Avata. It's sitting in the back. And the Air 2S has been about a month. And I keep saying I'm gonna charge it up and fly it,
AZ says it's a good deal at $199 with battery and controller.
Which one?
$1,099.
1,009. That's what I said. I wouldn't use the controller, but it'd give me the drone and the battery for that price. And then, like I said, if I had the Air 3, that would be a no-brainer. I would have probably done it. Because the Air 3 came with the RC2. So if I'd have had that set up, I'd buy the other one and I'd have my batteries with that. And I'd have the Air 3S and the Air 3. I'd probably be able to live with both of those. I wouldn't even want to sell one, maybe.
Football hooliganism has declined. Didn't know no better, that's it. But thanks to people like Len. It's true, sir. Look. Manchester United are rubbish compared to Villa. Could be right, Len.
Yeah, all the videos are going up now. All the normal people.
I mean, I will admit we got a bit boisterous in the yard. That's true. But to me, sir, Len's family. Do you mean that job? Oh, cross me out. You don't know how much that means to me. I'm deeply touched. I'm in two minds, Mr. Darkball. I don't know whether to give them solitary confinement or announce their engagement. Right, back to yourselves, both of you. And think yourselves damn lucky. Thank you, Mr. Darkball.
So I'm going to punch your lights out, Muscle.
I thought I knew you, Bob. Look, I'm not going to what it's supposed to do. Back off. If we get parole, he makes sense tomorrow. Let me do mine. You can say that kind of insulting and offensive. Listen, if my release was in the balance here, there isn't an insult in the world that will prevent me from turning the other cheek. Water over enough back to me. I've done the football driving with you. The old rights thing, the old self-respect. That's it. Listen, self-respect is only a thing that's preserved outside of it. It doesn't exist in here. You forfeit that when you come in here, don't you? Anyhow, people's opinion in here matters nothing. But I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for me. I was talking to my daughter today. Yes, your little pen pal. She reckons I don't give people the benefit of the doubt anymore. Right. It's just that I thought someone else.
Yeah, AZ, I don't know. I seem to recall Best Buy selling something out of the back room before the release date and got in trouble for it, but I don't remember what it was. I don't know whether it was the Air 2 or the Mini.
Then you know what I'm talking about. Well, you just answer me one question, Claire. After all them films, ended up with the worst fights you've ever seen. Whiskers and teeth all over the place.
Okay, AZ said that he always buys it right directly from DJI because there's no tax and it's shipped directly out of California.
A man has to do what a man has to do. Yes, yes. God almighty. It's been Batman now, is it? There is a basic truth there. All right. All right, let me ask you one question, Sonny Jim. Go on then. Do you think Gregory Peck and Gary Cooper and all them other folks would have done?
So you're still loving the Avata too?
Yeah. I am with the baby here all the time. I don't have time to fly it. I fly on the weekends when I can.
What time is your
Now
dental?
Thursday night I got to fly because I got the parade. So I'll have. I'm trying to decide whether I want to bring the Air 2S out and do the parade, or do I want to do the Mini 3 like I always do. But I might do the Air 2S.
Now, which
The
parade?
reason I like
Which
that's
parade is
the
that?
homecoming parade for Mandeville. The reason I use the Mini 3 Pro is because of the time. It gives me the 30 minutes. So I got at least 25 minutes up in the air that I can play with and get good pictures of it.
Yeah, there you
So
go.
I'll probably use my Mini 3 Pro again because if it's windy, I gotta go. I'm gonna have to go Mavic 3 because I think it's gonna be windy that day. Because they said that we're gonna start getting windy.
Yeah, 'tis the season. All of us are gonna start getting more and more wind.
Marcus said that Johnny, his bank account is is coupled with DJI. They just automatically ship to him.
Hey, Joel, good morning.
Yeah, Johnny just said he's selling his Air 3.
Oh, is he? Yeah, because he just ordered the new one, right?
Yeah, he just bought the new one. But see, that's what Johnny does. As soon as the new ones come out, he sells the old one.
But Jonathan says SOBs, the Best Buy doesn't have it.
Yeah, nobody's got it yet except for DJI. What I do like about the new one is that new system, that obstacle avoidance system they built into it. It's omnidirectional and it's got that big sensor on the front. It covers the whole front, and and they show it going between trees and how it's going between the trees following somebody, and it shows how it's mapping all the trees out, so it knows exactly where everything's at.
Yeah, I would think that would be important because I don't fly between trees or down trails or all that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah,
So I don't care if I have LiDAR, you know.
Well, biggest problems I have are not flying forward. Just when I'm flying sideways, to do an angle shot or a little half orbit on like a cinematic thing, and I forget they got wires. But I've had that happen a couple of times where I've come down in between wires. Never been taken out, thank God, but been close.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know just how well this LiDAR is going to see wires and cables. It might not.
Yeah, you don't know yet.
No.
Hi, AZ said, today is Justin's first day at work.
Yeah.
He bets he's dancing with the kids to keep the quiet.
Yeah.
Well, they should be at school by now, shouldn't they? So He should
Yeah,
be.
Yeah,
He
I
should
would
be
think
back
so.
at the depot.
But I think he's got,
No, I think he's
Class-
on He's on training, isn't he, for the
yeah,
first.
classroom training, I think.
Yeah.
What he can and cannot do, I guess.
Yeah. How to deal with certain things.
Yeah, like if you come up with this situation, this is the way we want you to handle it, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah.
I mean, you might have to have some first aid training as well.
AZ said he's belly dancing.
Well, it's
Yeah, Justin's gonna be on there, and one of the kids are gonna say something. He's gonna say, he's gonna say, "Oh God."
cold and cloudy today.
Well, the other thing too is he's liable to say, WTF.
Yeah, he's gonna say that a bunch of times.
Yeah, I guess he's got to be pretty careful with his swearing and stuff like that.
And you see,
Oh, yeah,
when
he gets around a whole bunch of kids. If they're rowdy, they're probably swearing more than he does.
Yeah, probably.
oh, you ought to hear the mouth on these kids.
I mean, it depends on what age of kids they are as well, I suppose. We don't know what that is, do we, yet? Until he actually goes on, he won't know.
Yeah.
I was standing before the game the other day. The cheerleaders all lined up on the field, and I'm standing out there between the cheerleaders, and I'm getting ready to take them running out the tunnel, right? And they were getting ready to run in, and then they were going to come back out. So a couple of people were still on the field, the walked over to me, and he kind of tapped me on my shoulder, and he goes, "Mr. Joe." I said, "Yes, sir." He goes, and like I said, I got about 10 cheerleaders right next to me, and he says, "Make sure you get good pictures of me." And I said, "Bitch, you go play the game. Don't worry about me." Like that. I said, "Don't worry about what I'm doing. You play the game and you might get a picture taken." These girls fell out, you know. I said, "Bitch, go in the locker room where you're supposed to be."
Yeah.
But that's soon as somebody will tell me, I'll say, "Bitch, listen to me. Get out of here."
They want to say that. Make sure you get good pictures of me. Well, make sure you do things that are worth taking pictures of.
Well, that's what I told the quarterback one time. That's when I started doing that bitch thing. I told him, "Bitch, you're the quarterback. Make a good play, you get a good picture." I said, "Don't even come ask me again."
Yep, I'm only shooting what you're doing. You got to do it.
Yeah. But you'll hear me on the sideline. Somebody will come up and start to say something. Well, maybe call you a bitch.
AZ says that DJI gave the new drone to Rick, Drone Valley, to test.
Yeah, he's got one. Oh, this is going to be a pain in the ass day with all these people talking about the Air 3S.
Yep, that's going to be the talk of the town for the next several days.
You know the worst part about it? A lot of people are going to get the Air 3S before they got their Neo.
Yep.
That they've ordered because of how long it's taking.
Yeah, that's true.
It's stupid. I was on Drone Nation last night.
Ready, Set, Drone got one too.
Who?
Ready, Set, Drone got a.
Yeah. Ogden got one. Billy Kyle got one.
I would imagine Dustin probably got one.
Dustin Dunhill?
Yeah.
I don't see much on Dustin lately. You know, he used to be putting them out just regularly.
He still puts stuff out. Yep, he's put an A3S out.
Yeah, John, it just said, yeah, if it goes to Best Buy, Captain Joe's probably going to pick one up. I just typed in there, not buying one.
Hey, Trevor.
And Peter Lindgren over in Sweden, and I think. Ian in London.
Yeah, he's probably going to call me in a minute. I just canceled my Neo order.
You did?
Yeah, I canceled it with Crutchfield because they have no estimated date.
Drone supremacy.
Open-ended, huh?
Yeah, they don't. And I canceled it because last night when I was on Drone Nation, they said somebody bought one at Target. I said, Target?
Drone.
Like that?
Yeah.
And I went on Target's site, and they've got 3 of them in Hammond, Louisiana, which is 16 miles from me. I'll go pick mine up today.
There you go.
I bought it through Target. So it's already waiting for me. Just after the dentist, I'm gonna drive out there, pick it up, and go see Johnny.
There you go.
Down the
So I got
tube in Australia.
the Flymore kit for $318.
You
Rick
go
Valley.
pick it up. Go pick it up after your dental appointment.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Drone air photography.
Because I have a couple of pictures for Johnny that I got a couple of pictures he needed. He sent me and asked me to get them made. So I got them made, so I'll bring them to him.
There you go.
Geeks Varna.
And the funny part, he gets his Neo today.
51 drones.
His Neo's coming in today. But there's
And Rick-
3 of them sitting at Target right there.
So you got your name on it already, so it's a reserve for you?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
already bought it.
Enric,
They said ready for pickup.
Darren, DM Productions.
Oh, they're ready for pickup. All right.
I have to go get it. I got till Friday to get it.
Rob HK.
And today is the best day because, like I said, I don't get the baby.
Matthew.
So as
the
soon as I
drone
finish with the
creative
appointment, I'm
in
gonna take
Ireland.
off out there and pick it up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people have put stuff on today.
So when you come
That
on
way.
tonight, we'll be able to see it.
Yeah, and I'll get it all set up and get it flying. So when the baby comes over tomorrow, I can play with the drone with the baby.
There you go.
See, that's why I really kind of wish I had the RC2. But you could also, what I'm gonna do, because I don't want to wear the goggles with her in here, even though I'll be able to see her. But I could take the goggles and just lay them on the table and use the motion control and watch it fly around. So I know I can do it that way.
Well, can't you use your phone with the motion controller too?
Yeah, but I don't trust that yet until I know it.
You could actually see it and then control it, right?
And there
No,
an
you can't.
HDMI output on the
Actually, I could.
on the goggles.
I can do a ride along.
Yeah.
A ride along.
Yeah.
Yeah, just plug it
Yeah.
into your TV.
Yeah, I might do that. But I'm not gonna fly it out of my sight. It's all gonna be right here.
I thought you'd all be off buying your A3Ss.
Hi, Trevor.
And
Not me.
that's the talk of the town today, Trevor.
Oh yeah, very very nice drone. I know there is another release early in the new year coming, which with what they've actually put in the A3S and what I know about the other release, I'm not allowed to
Mavic 4.
mention its name.
You can't say that it's the Mavic 4 then.
No, I can't say that it's a Mavic 4. Even though you probably would be right. No, it that is actually got some really nice toys on it, and the F3. You think wow for that. The Mavic 4 is going to blow you away.
It's going to be almost enterprise, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's getting to the point where DJI have let their enterprise side go a little bit, I believe. You get the enterprise version, and you lose some of the you lose your object tracking, which is something I would love to see in the enterprise drone, because when we're out doing a search or whatever, you see the target if you can just put a square around the target, you guarantee you're not going to lose it. So you can reposition the drone to keep it away from people that might be going in to complete the rescue, and
Well,
not
yeah, it's like
not lose the target.
they're bringing out this new tracking beacon, aren't they? Which is great as long as the thing you're tracking has the beacon with it.
But that guy, you'll find that there's
Just imagine the police saying, "Just hang on a minute, criminal. Would you mind carrying this with you while you're running?"
no, you don't need that with the F3S.
No,
You don't
no.
need that. You don't need that with the Mavic 3. You actually draw a box around them, and it will keep them.
Yeah.
But
It'll keep them in sight.
Good morning, Lance.
They're bringing
Good
out
morning,
a
Bob Lance.
beacon as well. And why they need to do that when we all know that all of the remote controllers are capable of being tracked because Litchi and all the rest of them do it.
Yeah, Skydio's got the beacon, and Skydio's got into a lot of trouble with different countries for actually having the beacon because people have tied them to a dog and the dog's gone racing off, and the problem is then the person doesn't have control of the drone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And as such, it's actually breaching the law. And that's one function that you would not be able to use here in Australia. And I think the UK would probably be fairly well the same along those lines. That
Well, UK, the rules are that the only time you can fly beyond visual line of sight is if it's in an automated mode.
Yeah. But
variable shutter and mechanical shutter is what we need on that Mavic 4.
Your wishes might be good. Might be coming true.
The variable shutter is probably a no-brainer since they had it on the 3 and the 2. But the mechanical, I would really like to see that on the Mavic 4.
Yeah,
Does
it's
A3S have the variable?
no.
Say that again?
A3S doesn't have the variable?
I don't think so, but I don't know that for sure.
No,
Ron,
the release.
Yeah, Ron was saying something about it had 17 stops or something like this.
Then
Yeah,
maybe it
but,
does. Yeah, no.
That's just the EV.
Okay.
That's the
had it on
zoom
the air.
capability.
They've never had it on the Air Series before, but that's we're in a new
Yeah.
day
Oh,
and
no.
age.
He was talking about the dynamic range. It's got 14 stops of dynamic range, I think he said.
That's what he was talking about. I didn't hear everything.
The F3's got fixed aperture for both the top and the bottom camera. So that is
A no-go for me.
That is one thing that you will actually get a little surprise next year. And that's all I can. That is technically all I can say. Even though I'm not actually mentioned on the non-disclosure agreement, the gentleman who's actually got it will actually kill me if I actually let any more out of the bag, because he was kind enough to share.
Geek Savannah says there's 14 stops of dynamic range, fixed aperture on the Air 3S.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm waiting for the Mavic 4.
Well, the only person I know in Australia that gets that kind of stuff is Dan.
No.
I haven't seen any others that do them other than Dan.
Yeah. No.
So there must be. Yeah.
You
that Mavic 4 is going to be about $4,000 though, I bet.
Yeah,
But if you don't buy the Air 3S, you got that $1,500 for that.
But the thing is, Dan actually has got it only because he's affiliated with the D1 store, which is biggest DJI supplier here. He gets his from the DJI, so the D1 store. But a gentleman in Adelaide actually gets them early, mainly due to the fact that it's based on how many referrals you've actually given them in regard to purchasing drones, and he's actually got quite a large drone supply business, so he's actually sold a lot of drones, so therefore he gets the pre-releases.
Yeah.
He didn't get the F3S, but he wasn't disappointed with what he did get.
Right.
Yeah.
And you'll
See,
find
my
that
go-to.
Dan's Tube will probably be one that won't have a video for a couple of days. They'll have to wait for him to get to the D1 store, and then the D1 store lets him have one for
Dan's
going ahead and trying.
Dan's put his video of the Air3 up this morning.
Right. Well, yeah, it's one of those things. It's that they're nice. They've come a long way. They've obviously listened to a lot of people in regard to object tracking and chasing things, because they've actually put that LiDAR on the front. That is, I think it is technically a game changer, because that makes the obstacle avoidance a little bit more foolproof.
It makes it work at night well.
And it also makes it work at night, which like here in Australia, you've got to have a special license to actually operate over night time. But but that's likely to change. The people who write these rules and regulations, they're slowly coming off their high perch of no, you can't do anything, to slowly but surely going ahead and saying, well, if you do this, we'll allow you to do that, and etc. So I think it's only a matter of time before we actually see the rules change here.
Yeah.
So Paul, yeah, it looks like you're going to have to start going over the border again.
Well, it's going to take a week for it to be delivered for those that got in early, but the rest is going to take a month.
Oh yeah. Well, you look how many they sell. It takes a while to actually produce that many. The production line hasn't been in top speed for too long. And I don't know how many they can actually plant out in a day.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's one of those things. Then you've actually got the delay on getting them into stores.
I mean, you've got more than one production line as well, because you've got the drone, you've got the batteries, and you've got the controller.
Yeah.
And the charger. So you've got at least 4, maybe even 5 different production lines to produce one drone kit.
Yes. And you've got to take into account they're probably still producing Neos like there's no tomorrow. So there's a production line, the production lines to support the Neo production, because people are still wanting to buy the Neo like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
Geek Savannah's is pretty psyched up about it.
Yeah, but he did a good video. I watched a couple of the release videos that have come out, and yes, it's a very, very nice nighttime drone, and obviously it's probably designed for the US market, because the people in the US can actually fly over nighttime quite easily.
Well, we can. So long as we've got the strobe on and it's visible, we haven't got many problems flying at night.
Yeah. So that's as I said, it's one area that our regulator has been a bit slow off the mark on. But I think they're waiting to see what happens in these other countries, and how many problems it causes. And once they're sure that they can mitigate the risk, as to put it, they'll come up with a way of actually incorporating it into our system. At the moment, I'm actually got a what's known as a remote pilot license, and I can work under an air operator certificate, which is an organisation. A group of people can work under an air operator certificate, and then subsequently, in your air operator certificate, you stipulate that yes, we'll operate overnight, and these are the rules that we're going to follow, etc. They get approved by CASA, and then CASA goes ahead and says no problems, and then you can actually go and do night flights. New enough that every single rule that's in the book can be bent in one way or another by going ahead and showing that you can mitigate the risk.
Well, isn't that all the stuff that Dominic's doing at the moment as well?
I think I believe Dominic at one stage was actually heading towards getting his rappel.
Yeah, he's just waiting for information back. I think he's done most of it, and he's just waiting for him to get in touch with him now after it.
Right.
Because he went and did his supervised flight thing.
Yes.
And all the rest of it. So I think he's just waiting on a decision now or something.
Well, what actually happens is you get a decision on the fairly well a decision on the day if you pass the flight test, and without saying anything against anyone, near enough to a dummy can actually pass that. You go through and you show that you can actually control and maneuver the drone through a set some set flights and stuff like that. And what it's mainly into is to actually make sure that when you look at the drone, you know your lefts and your rights, and actually are able to command the drone in the appropriate direction.
Well, yeah, I mean that's one of the things that the CAA have put in our VLOS, that it's not just you have to be able to see the drone, you have to be able to tell where it's pointing.
Yes. So it's one of those things. Once you've done that test, you get the green. The big green tick. But CASA then take 4 to 6 weeks to actually process your license after that. So once the paperwork all goes in, it's 4 to 6 weeks to actually before you actually suddenly see that you've actually got a license.
Yeah.
And then that will give him up to 7 kilos in the way of drone weight. Wants to go more, he can get endorsed for higher weights, but I can't see the need. I can't see Dominic actually flying something like the Matrice 600, an 18-kilo drone round. But at least it's good to see that he's actually going and taking that next step in the picture, or the regulation side of things, because it is really good to actually get those qualifications, and you actually it's the written part of the exam is like doing the part 101 over in America.
107.
107. Can I get that? I'll keep our regulations is it's part 101 of our rules, but in America it's part 107.
We've got that many different ones that you don't know what you're supposed to be doing. Some of them are even redundant now. I mean, we have the A2CFC certificate of competency, but that was basically based on all of the classifications they were doing for Europe, which we've not taken over So the
Yep.
ATC gives you that qualification, but it doesn't actually mean a great deal.
Joe, what time have you got to go?
I got about an hour still.
Okay.
Yeah, it allows you to fly heavier drones in urban areas, but still with quite a lot of separation from people.
Yes.
Whereas the
Yeah, well-
Mini, you've got zero separation.
Well, the our standard rules and your standard rules are quite close to each other. The only difference is you've got what's 100 meters from people,
I think
and
it's
we've
50.
got, what was that?
I think it's 50.
Okay, 50, and we've got
But
30
it's still a
meters.
long way when you think about it.
Yes. Because that in a sense makes it very, very hard because you're trying to maintain visual line of sight of a drone that's small in size to start with. And for most people at 500 meters away, they'd have difficulty seeing seeing a drone.
Yeah.
Especially knowing which way it's pointing.
Yeah, but in the sub 250 gram drones, we can actually fly within inches of people. There is no separation on that.
Yeah.
And
There'll be another.
And
There'll be another thing we'll adopt once it's actually had a bit more of a trial period in not only your country but the EU. Because our CASA are members of a group, and I just can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But the US, UK, the EU, and Australia are all members of this particular group that actually go and talk about drone regulation and stuff like that. So we see something come out in the US. We know that our regulators actually are thinking about it because they actually have already nutted out to the conference. We normally see changes about once every 6 months. The last one gave us a lot of stuff in regard to our air operator certificate that took away a lot of the paperwork and the rubbish involved. This next rule change, at the moment we can actually apply to fly in within 5 nautical miles of a manned aerodrome, and so we can put in a flight request, and it gets approved
Joe, I sent you a
automatically.
message.
Yeah, like the Lance. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Lance. That trial is is about to come to an end. I think it will become permanent, and will it'll be make things a lot easier. Because there's times when you actually go ahead and you're not on any of the flight paths, but you're just inside that 5 nautical miles, and it really becomes a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I went to St. Anne's Beach near Blackpool the other week. We took the dog and, I went to pick up a computer from there, and we took the dog with us, and I was going to put the Mini 4 Pro up and do a bit of flying, following us on the beach and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's within the distance from Blackpool Airport, so I just didn't bother.
Yeah, I'm lucky when I go to Adelaide. I've actually got a beach that I can take off from. It's just on the edge of the 5 nautical miles for the Adelaide Airport, and we've got Edinburgh Airport and Parafield Airport, and all of them literally gives me about 200 meters of beach that I can actually go ahead and fly on, because the circles for those airports all converge nicely to fence it in. But this one beach, it's good because you've got a nice a nice car park you can pull into, and it's got a grassed area for you to take off and land, and then you can walk down onto the beach itself. And at this time of the year, it's hardly used. It's only during the really hot days that it's actually a busy little beach.
Yeah.
So when it's not being used, it's a fantastic little spot to go fly.
Yeah, I mean, it does strike me as being an over-regulated rule at the moment. That, I mean, if you're on a beach at the edge of nearly 3-4 miles from the airport,
Yeah,
what you're going to come across if you're flying only 50 feet above the ground?
Yeah, but they've got to set these rules because there's idiots out there. I saw a good one where a guy was following a plane coming down the approach path, and he would it would have been to actually get it so that you can actually see the pilot in the seat. He would have had to been reasonably close to the aircraft.
Oh yeah.
And so you get people doing stupid things like that. So that means they've got to go ahead and they've got to think of those stupid people when they set the rules and regulations. Plus the fact too, we might be flying in that particular airspace. They might actually direct traffic slightly different or whatever, and while you think you know where the planes are coming in, suddenly you've actually got a big plane that's that was about to land, that decided it's going to go around or do something stupid, and subsequently be a problem. So they've got to cover their little asses, and I agree with controlled aerodrome. I'm lucky over here in Port Lincoln. I've got a uncontrolled aerodrome for our town, so I can actually go ahead and fly right up to the fence line. And I've actually done that a couple of times. Fly up to the fence line. Just got to stay outside the approach paths.
Yeah. Because
I never know when something's going to arrive or depart. But yeah. There's a job some months back that I had to fly around there, and there's me with the blades following the fence line perfectly. My side, I'm staying on my side, and you can stay on your side. Type thing. But
hey, quick question. I missed all of the morning part of the show, and I didn't see Drone Nation either. What is the official word on what drone's coming out? And is it the Air 3S? And is it the the Mavic 4?
Air 3S.
Air 3S released today.
Okay. Air 3S is coming out today. Okay.
Yeah,
that's right.
If you got in early enough, it was shipped tomorrow and arriving by the 23rd. But now it appears to be arriving by the 19th of November.
And what's the 19th, Mark?
19th of November, if you didn't get in early enough.
So which drone on the 19th?
The Air 3S, if you didn't get early enough to get it on May the 23rd of this month.
Joe, you can get it in the United States, the Air 3S right now, can't you?
It's only available on the
You gotta get it from DJI.
website.
Nobody else has it.
None of the shops.
You gotta buy it direct from DJI? Okay.
And nothing official
Yeah, I've been
on
checking
the
everybody else.
Nothing official on the Mavic 4, just rumors still. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First of the year.
As long as Trevor doesn't say it, early next year, apparently.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm caught up. Thank you.
I'll save all my money.
Yes, the extra the drone that won't be named early next year. So we got
Harry Potter.
So I bet I'm over in Adelaide in December, and I'm going to be doing some flying with this guy again. So I hope to be able to get some sneaky pictures.
In it, that just reminded me of Harry Potter, the drone who cannot be named,
Yes, well, like
Voldemort.
Okay, everybody, I think I'm gonna call it because I want to go catch a ship or two while the weather's cleared, and then it's gonna get cloudy and rain again all day.
Yeah, I'll see you later.
Okay, everybody. Hey, thanks for being here, Trevor, Lance,
Yep.
Mark,
Thanks for the
And-
info, guys.
and Joe. We'll see you.
Catch